Hey folks, thanks. Charles Long again with Delta Point Consulting. I'm joined today by Steve Berger, our partner of consulting with the firm, and we want to talk today about training on site at a client's location. Because Steve, I'm asked by a lot of our clients, what are the benefits of doing our mapping sessions and mapping training?
Right. And I get a lot of those questions too, Charles. And one of the main reasons why we have decided not to do public workshops is I've been running training programs in process mapping for over 11 years.
Mm-hmm.
And what we find is when we come into your organization, we can accomplish a lot more than we can doing a public workshop. First of all, if you have 6 participants in your session, you're going to end up with 7 processes mapped through second review.
Okay.
You're also going to have your leadership involved at the beginning of the process, kind of a process coordinator training, so they know what's coming and what's to be expected from the training.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be using of course, your processes within the organization, but the process coordinators that know the process and can give you a list of a lot of opportunities that they see as far as improving the process.
Okay.
Lastly, and I think one of the most important things is that the last day we help our clients put together their quality system. You can call it a system map. Process interrelationship diagram that basically shows all the processes that need to be mapped and how they connect each other.
So really what happens, if I can sum you up, is that actual process work gets done while that's amazing.
You're not working in a public workshop. What I found is that you get individuals from different environments. Unfortunately, a lot of times they come in with a sample process that they're not familiar with,
Mm-hmm.
and they can't give you the detail. And why would you work with someone else's process when we can come in and map your processes? Again, 6 participants, you end up with 7 processes. If we would have 9 participants, you'd end up with 10 processes.
You mentioned how much that would cost to actually have process work done down the road. So
Absolutely.
That's really quite a savings.
It is. It is. In fact, as you look at it, you probably will end up see that it's cheaper to do an in-house than and get those processes mapped than what you'd see. The other thing that we do, and it makes it more effective, a lot of companies offer either a 4-day training program or a 3-day training program.
Okay.
We offer a full 5 days, and one of those days is using Visio to take your hand-drawn maps and put them into Visio.
And Visio is what we use as a mapping standard?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. Visio, we've tried others, and we find that Visio is really the best, the easiest to work with as far as process mapping.
Amazing. So really, you're kind of you're at the location, you're working the processes, you're offering more that they will actually use when you're done training.
It's basically a kickstart. Instead of leaving a workshop and going back to your organization and try to go in and sell what you've learned, we're selling while we're in there as far as helping you get started, dealing with any resistance that you might have, able to address questions and concerns that leadership might have about rolling out the program. So you're well down the road to success when we finished our 5-day workshop.
Wow, that sounds incredible. So now I can easily see why customers would prefer to have that. But are there any additional benefits as far as from an operational perspective, from people always look for return on investment or what their costs are?
We find a lot of opportunities.
Okay.
Even when we go in and map processes for a client, normally we will find as much dollar amount in savings as it costs to have the processes mapped. Another good thing is folks are working in an environment that they're comfortable with.
Yeah.
And they're working with their peers or other individuals. It's just more relaxing to do it in-house. We find a lot of opportunities.
Okay.
Even when we go in and map processes for a client, normally we will find as much dollar amount in savings as it costs to have the processes mapped. Another good thing is folks are working in an environment that they're comfortable with.
Yeah.
And they're working with their peers or other individuals. It's just more relaxing to do it in-house.
If you bring it in home and then, everybody is comfortable and they're going to be opening up a little bit more and sharing a lot more from what I've heard. But now tell me about, as far as, a lot of companies will say, come to our site and train. And if a company wants to send 3 or 4 people into a training,
it's expensive.
Okay.
It's expensive when you look at the cost of moving 2 or 3 of your people to a public workshop. You've got airfare, you've got hotels, you've got car rental, you've got dinner. We normally would provide lunch, but you still are going to have a lot of out-of-pocket expenses. When we come in, you've got the cost of a consultant flying in, and you've got one expense versus 2.
The other thing that's important is you send one person to a public workshop. What if that person doesn't work out? What if that person moves on to another organization, and then you're going to have to turn around and send someone else?
Yeah.
So by coming in and training 6 individuals, what we can do is we can help leadership determine who's the best mapping person, and who's backup, and we can also help them determine what their areas of development are, so that they can work with others within the group who may have some strengths in those areas, and we're able to assess that when we do an in-house.
I've got one last question. Is there any licensing involved in what Delta Point Consulting does?
No. Even if we come in and do process mapping within your organization, we do not charge a licensing fee to use any of our stencils. When we do a training class, we don't charge for the manuals; those are included. And when we leave you with the stencils and templates in order to put your maps into Visio.
Wow.
So what you pay for, you get. We don't have any hidden costs.
Well, that's good. So I think that kind of sums up the questions that my clients have had. Folks, if there's any more information that you might like, we invite you, if you're seeing this on our website, peer around the website a little bit, look at our services, hit our request link, send us your contact information, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Or if you're not seeing this through the website, go to our website at www.deltapointconsulting.com or simply www.deltapoint.co. So this has been Charles Long with Delta Point Consulting, joined by
Steve Berriger, consulting partner.
Hey folks, we really appreciate your time. Have a great day.